If you've been thinking about buying your first home in 2026 with interest rates in question, down payment assistance programs being so versatile, and the market changing so fast, it's really never too early to get prepared, in my opinion. In this video, we're going to break down the 10 steps that every first-time home buyer, in my opinion, should be able to use to have a stress-free and successful home buying process. If you're really confused on who to reach out to, where to start, what that timeline looks like, all of the big questions, I'll be touching on all of these in this video. And if you're asking yourself, who are you? Why should I be taking advice from you? My name is Jessica Arguello. I am a self-proclaimed Colorado native and an award-winning realtor helping first-time homebuyers just like you every single day. When it comes to purchasing your first home, it's not only intimidating, scary, and overwhelming, but the amount of times that I've helped first-time homebuyers and I ask them if they've attempted to purchase in the past, it's almost always a yes. My hope is that if we give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of information, and some helpful tips, that this is not the case for you. We're going to split this up into sections and really help you with this step-by-step roadmap when it comes to purchasing your first home this upcoming year. First big tip is going to be, let's start your financial health early on as we approach 2026. We really want to get in front of your credit and have your credit reviewed and really understand credit factors that are going to fluctuate and impact your total pre-approval when it comes to debt to income. Your total credit score we would roughly like to see would be around 650 and above. Anything above 620 is going to get you typically pre-approved, but the higher in most cases is the best option, and this stands true even with credit. So at least having your credit score around that 650 range, you're going to be solid and in really good shape. Let's touch on if we start the pre-approval process now, but you're not ready until maybe next summer, as long as those big credit factors such as income, debt to income, credit usage, employment, all of these big factors don't change, that pre-approval will stand firm going into the next year. Understand that they're going to have to update some documents, but at least you're ahead of the game. And in my opinion, it's to your benefit because you're going to know at least pre-approval amount, how much you're pre-approved for, like monthly mortgage scenarios, alongside total cost when it comes to purchasing your house, which is incredibly valuable, and understanding as the market shifts how that is to your advantage. So as interest rates come down, that pre-approval amount is only going to come up. So incredibly valuable information that you as a first-time buyer, as long as, again, your big factors don't change, it's going to stand firm. Going into step 2 is going to be really learning about all of the programs and local down payment assistance options when it comes to purchasing your first home. There are a ton of forgivable loan products as well as grant options that are available to you as a first-time buyer. So in my opinion, it would truly just be silly to at least not be provided these options when it comes to really understanding those down payment assistance programs. Important understandings of programs, DPA programs, are going to be they have credit limit requirements as well as credit minimums, and they do sometimes, not always, but they do require you to have a first-time homebuyer status. Not always, so just check with that program, and some programs do not require you to be a first-time buyer. Step number 3 is going to be ultimately getting you approved for a mortgage and really making sure that you're doing your due diligence and legwork ahead of time, because this can really, truly, drastically change the trajectory of your home buying journey and your confidence going into this next step. In my honest opinion, it's really to your benefit to talk to multiple lenders in this case. Consider banks, credit unions, as well as mortgage brokers. Understand important factors such as current interest rates, fees, and loan type, and you're navigating and ultimately using, whether that be conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, all these acronyms we're talking about. And also have someone in your back pocket during this time to help you understand all of this crazy language and things that we talk about every day that you are not accustomed to. Servicer, whoever you decide to go through for that pre-approval, is really helping you understand not only the bold text, how much you're pre-approved for, but also ways to leverage that, your monthly mortgage payment scenario that is like within your comfort range. So yes, you could be approved for $600,000, but if that's going to make you pay and require you to pay a monthly mortgage of up to $4,500 and you're only comfortable paying maybe roughly $3,500, understand where you should be looking. Nuances like HOA fees. Please just find someone who is willing to walk you through all of those questions and steps. Your next step would ultimately be finding a realtor who is comfortable and confident when it comes to how to offer negotiations as well as inspection pitfalls. This is a common deterrent and something that you should be truly understanding when it comes to who you choose to represent you. I would look for a real estate agent who is not only familiar with the areas that you're considering purchasing in, but also someone who is well versed in all of these programs and can also help when it comes to navigating the submission of an offer, how to leverage your funds against the sellers, as well as manipulating timelines and total cost to your benefit. I know it sounds like a lot, and you may be saying, oh, my friend's uncle has a brother who just got licensed and he's great and I want to use him, and that's okay. But also understand that if you have someone who's not guiding you properly, helping you understand all of these processes, you're going to feel like a damsel in distress. You're under contract. You've put your hard-earned money on the line when it comes to your earnest money. So maybe you've put in $5,000 now, and now you're trusting this agent who you really don't know, but you feel like you should trust in one of the biggest purchasing transactions of your life. I understand that not everyone has someone to lean on, and that is why I am here. So if you're in need of my services, please reach out. I help buyers, first-time home buyers, sellers, investors, just like you every single day in Colorado, and I would love to help. Next step is ultimately going to be creating and really tailoring your budget that makes sense for you, your goals, your family, as well as this next step in either maybe your portfolio or what your ideal life looks like and what that budget will allow. We really want to make sure we're factoring all of the property taxes, insurance, HOA, fees, utilities, as well as home maintenance when it comes to ultimately when you begin occupying the property. Your agent, as well as a mortgage professional, should be really sitting down with you and helping you understand that total budget and how that will contrast into not only your monthly mortgage payment, but any additional fees that may be expected to come that are not included in that. So HOA fees, utility bills, Costco runs, all of the questions that you're going to be asking. So many things we can factor in and help you understand that so you're not going in super blindsided. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Keep in mind that I'm a Colorado real estate agent and realtor helping first-time buyers just like you every single day. And I would love the opportunity to help and serve you, really just guide you during this next step when it comes to your home buying journey. My info is down below. Feel free to reach out to me and schedule a call and at least start the conversation whenever you are ready. That next step would really be dialing in and understanding what that home criteria looks like when it comes to starting to home shop. Probably one of my favorite times. And typically once you've gone through the initial introduction, we've got you pre-approved and we're ultimately starting the shopping process. I like to go over this with my clients and really decipher between all of the question marks that you're going to be having. New build versus resale, understand your goals, as well as long-term factors that really should be considered initially. Factors could be something as such as like schools, commute, neighborhood growth, and something that you may not be considering when purchasing when it comes to your first home that ultimately could be a huge factor when it comes to your resale value. I often hear the comment, oh, my realtor didn't help me. I found the house and she opened the door. But understand that agents like myself do a number of these things behind the scenes as well as really help you understand factors such as taxes. Like when it comes to new builds, Commerce City is atrocious. So they have the highest taxes in the state, stuff like that. Or even how to order a survey on your home, neighborhood growth and what that actively looks like as you're growing your family. Infrastructure, a ton of things that really consider, and not just the aesthetics. Is it the color that I like? Is it the floor plan? All of these things that you may not be considering. Step number 7 would be ultimately making an offer on your home. Congratulations. We have started the negotiation process, and this is why it's so important when it comes to picking your agent at this time. And you're really going to want to lean on your agent during this time when it comes to structuring offers, inspections, contingencies, understanding appraisal gap language, as well as seller credits and concessions. All of this language can really change even just what you're planning on bringing to the table when it comes to all-in cost. Be prepared and understand the market you're buying into when it comes to other competition. This can especially change when it comes to like affordable prices and the entry-level home price for, say, like a single family home in your area. If it's a buyer's market, be prepared and understand what that looks like when structuring your offer and really all of the moving parts in there. Step number 8 would be scheduling and ordering the appraisal and inspection. I will never say anything against someone or a home buyer getting a home inspection. I would say something against someone discouraging you against such a necessary item when it comes to purchasing your first home or any home. And if someone is, I would heavily reconsider or reevaluate your agent that you chose. The home inspection should typically be completed prior to the appraisal, but in some cases it doesn't have to be. As a first-time home buyer, appraisals really just ensure, as a first-time buyer, as a home buyer, appraisals really just ensure that the home you're buying for is worth that amount and the lender isn't promising you funds on a home that's not a good investment. So ultimately, they don't want to see you upside down or providing you $400,000 on a home when it is in fact valued at $350,000. So appraisals are incredibly important. Ending it off strong with step 9 and 10. We are now closing on your home, and let's talk about what that looks like. At this time, you'll roughly go over closing costs, disclosures, or often referred to as like a CD. Here we go again with our acronyms. This is something at this time your mortgage professional will typically guide you through and really go over, give you a quick rundown. So come to closing, you're not hit with expected closing costs or unexpected fees that you weren't intending on bringing when it comes to close. But these are things that you should already be prepared to be paying and understanding so long as your agent went over all of these when you guys went through the offer initially. Step number 10, once you've closed on your home, congratulations, you are now officially inside your home. You're actively occupying the residence and you can finally pat yourself on the back. You are a Colorado home buyer. The work is now done and you really want to plan for the future at this point. Set aside some money for maybe like some repairs or maybe an emergency fund and understand all the benefits that you get as, say, a tax benefit when you are filing your taxes and you are now a home buyer or homeowner, I should say. I am a huge advocate for things like home warranties for peace of mind. Home warranties can cover items such as like electrical, HVAC, plumbing, and some of those big ticket items that you as a first-time buyer are not prepared to exhaust or pay out when it comes to that fund, like the emergency fund. You're not prepared to just exhaust all of those. And we hope that this is not the case. But things like that can really, really help you feel a little bit more secure as you are now getting cozy, ramping up for the holidays, and enjoying your home. Congratulations. My last pro tip for any buyers that either have made it to the end of this video or you're truly just consider purchasing a home come 2026 is understanding that really just as rates kind of fluctuate, that this is just a temporary scenario. Rates will go up, rates will go down. In your case, they're going to go down. If you're really hesitant to move forward because of that, just truly understand that there are multitude ways to buy that rate down at an expense that does not have to come from you. We can get the seller to pay it, whether it be lenders, sellers, or even builders. They offer a ton of options when it comes to temporary or even permanent fixed buy downs. So there's a ton of options there if you're considering not buying because of that. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Jessica Arguello. I'm your Colorado Realtor, and I would love to help you when it comes to that next step, whether it be 6 months down the road, immediately, or in the next 3 to 5 years. Reach out and we can definitely schedule a call and at least get you guided and understanding those next steps. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.